Lee, is it a case of ruining chances missed? Because I felt if we got the second goal, we would have been on our way to 3 points.
Yeah, it's missed chances today. Again, it's kind of been the story of our season. You know, we haven't scored enough goals this year. We haven't taken the chances we've created. The keeper's made a couple of good saves, but at the end of the day, we've been on the front foot most of the game, and we've caused them problems. And we haven't hit the back of the net and got that second goal. And when you don't score the second goal in a 1-0 game, you leave it open to opportunities. We knew set pieces and opportunities then put it in the box was going to cause us problems and be their big way of, or big opportunity of scoring. So yeah, we're really disappointed. The girls feel like it's a loss at the moment.
In that first half, as you just said, in particular, we created lots of good chances and deservedly went ahead to a cracking strike from Sophie McLean. That must be a huge positive, how many openings we are creating, because that was something we did sort of previously struggle with.
Yeah, no, it's good to be creating those chances. That's very, very important. You know, we've hit the post, the keeper's made good saves, and you know, Soph's hit's a great strike from her. You know, she's got that in the locker. We've seen that before. So, but we've got to take the easy chances. We can't be relying on, you know, thunderbolts and, you know, scoring from distance. We've got to take the things that are in around the box, and unfortunately at the moment we're not doing that and leaving ourselves open. So yeah, disappointing to not take the chances, but as I say, it's good that we are continuing to create them. Got to put it in the back of the net though.
There was a sort of 10-minute spell, I guess, before Cov's goal where there was chances at both ends, but it just felt a little bit flat. What would you put your finger on to that? Because it's sort, as you said, it's come from a free kick, but the game sort of meandered into a bit of nothing for a little while.
Yeah, I think it was a case of there was one way they were going to try to get involved, and we were probably feeling frustration, I think, was what was happening. But all the players were getting frustrated because we hadn't maybe got that second goal. We've got a lot of young players here, and it's not even like young as far as, you know, their chronological age. It's down to footballing age and how many games they've played at this level, and that's still creeping into us a little bit. So, you know, players making mistakes which, you know, 20, 30 games in the future that they won't be. So it was a little bit of that as well.
When you look at it as a whole, we said right at the start of November, if we were off the bottom at Christmas, we'd certainly be happy. Okay, we've not got the 3 points today, but as a collective, the second half of this first bit of the season has been wholly positive. Yeah,
it's another point. It's another good home performance. You know, we were the better side for long periods of that game. So, you know, and we need to continue to play like that and pick points up away. So yeah, it is a point. I mean, obviously it puts other people in a little bit of a driving seat with games in hand, but we've got the points on the board. We're in a better place than we were 6 weeks ago. Our aim was to be eating our Christmas dinner off the bottom of the table where we are. We've now got a match, you know, us and Coventry are going to have to match each other game for game away from each other and see what happens there. And when it comes down to other games in and around us, they're going to be as big as today. But we've certainly shown that the players can deal with the pressure of a big game. We just need that little bit of extra edge at the moment, and we're probably that close to being a very good side.
January sees us on the road for a lot of the month before hopefully a home FA Cup tie, depending on how the draw works. What have we got to do to replicate the good performances we've had here on the road against some tough sides?
Yeah, the toughness is when you go away to these sides, Liverpool's and that of the world, that they don't give you as many chances as what we had today. So when we do create them, we have to be clinical. So, you know, you're probably not going to get the 6 or 7 opportunities like you do today, and that's something that we've got to remedy. The players have got to take that on board. But, you know, the defensive performance is there. You know, the goal today is not because they played through us. You know, it's probably a mishit cross. You know, that's managed to go into the corner. So, yeah, we got to look at how we're going to play away at those teams at the top end of the table and see what we can do, because, you know, it could come down to goal difference. You know, that's why we're where we are, why we're below Coventry at the moment by a couple of goals. So, you know, that's going to be important in all these fixtures going forward as we have a bit more game management going into the second half of the season.
Just lastly, when you look at 2020 as a whole, on and off the pitch, it's been a very tough year for the whole country. How would you summarise it from a London Bees point of view?
Yeah, it's probably, I think if you take it as a whole year, it's been okay. You know, the beginning of the season, beginning of the year was excellent. We had a really good January, etc. You know, just before obviously COVID hit, and then we struggled in that middle period just to get ourselves going. But we've massively picked up recently. You know, we have done, and you know, we're learning all the time. The players are working hard. You know, they're gutted today, and I feel for them. But you know, football's a tough sport at times, and every team in this division is getting better and better. There's more and more resources being put into some good sides here, and we've got to continue to battle and make sure that we go into the next season like we did next year. Sorry, it was the same as we did this year. So there's loads more football to be played, loads more games to come, loads more points to play for, and these players are getting better game by game. They are.